Hello guys, every good name is taken here and welcome back to another video. And today we got ourselves another tank review as it was requested by you guys. And there was only one request, so this was pretty simple, and it's for the Lorraine 40T. Yeah, once again, whatever tank you want me to review next, please have a look at the tank review playlist first and then put a comment in the description if I haven't done a tank yet that you would like to see. If there is a request in the comments and you like it, give it a thumbs up, and the tank that is voted for most will be reviewed next on the channel. Usually every Wednesday. Unfortunately I messed up a bit, so the video. We're still gonna keep it as usual though. And let's start with the statistics of this tank. The Lorraine 40TP is a French T8 premium medium tank with a 4-shot autoloader. A rare one, because there's not a lot of 4-shots out there, at least in higher Ts. One you might also have is the Centurion Defender. I'm not sure exactly what the name of that was. And due to it being an autoloader, your DPM is not that high with 1900. That's pretty low if you compare it to something like any other high T DPM medium tank, like I don't know, a CDC that has 2.4 or 5k DPM, I believe. Your pen is great though at 212 on your AP rounds, 259 on your APCR, and your HE has 45. But it's HE, it's not high anyway. And you have your typical 19mm, so you have 225 and 190 on premium. Your rate of fire is quite low, of course, due to you having to reload your entire clip, which is at its fullest 20.4 seconds, with 4 shells each taking 2.5 seconds to shoot or to load in between each shell, meaning that if you want to do or shoot all of your shells at once, you are looking at 7.5 seconds of a full interclip reload from your first shot, and therefore you do, let me just think, 900 exact damage. Shell velocity also is not too bad, it's 1000, it's pretty good, meaning you don't have to give too much lead. Your aim time is 2 seconds pretty much, which is pretty good for an autoloader, as long as your aim time is lower than your interclip. Should be pretty fine. And your dispersion is also solid at a 0.31, with not a lot of dispersion values on moving and turret rotation. You have 8 degrees of gun depression, which is pretty nice, but you only have 9 degrees of gun elevation, so you don't want an enemy to be above you. So that is clear. You have a pretty good speed, of course, as it's a medium tank, 60 km/h top speed forward and 23 backwards. Your power to weight ratio being effectively 26.4, which is really good, so your acceleration is top notch, and pretty solid terrain resistances. Of course, if you want to see all these soft stats or hidden statistics, you gotta have to check out Blitzstars for that, which is the site I'm always going to be using for statistics. Yeah, not a lot of camo on this tank, of course, as it's quite huge. Not a lot of armor as well, as it's pretty French. And yeah, you also weigh 40 tons, which I'd like to mention here. So with your speed, you might actually be able to ram some light tanks that don't weigh as much. And your base hit points are 1500. And that's pretty much all for the stats. And yeah, let's maybe have a look at the loadout that I'm using. And I'm actually using this with double fire extinguisher. And the reason for that being is you could go with an engine power boost, or just an engine boost for short. But I've realized that for quick tanks with autoloaders, this is not always necessary. So I'd much rather don't burn as often, or have an insta burn, so I don't have to waste my multi-purpose. You could of course go for an extra first aid if you want to. Double provisions and a bit of fuel here, pretty normal ammo loadout as well. And so is this one, but I take modules, as I said, in case you want to ram. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna stay with all of this. And just let's jump straight into a game. And now, as I've mentioned in my last review, I was considering to not do the review in itself anymore. I will just do comparisons to other tanks that are similar. And for example, if you want to or don't have the money to buy a Lorraine, there's a 5100 that is pretty much like this. The shape is pretty similar, the reload as well. But you only have 3 shots instead of 4, but your alpha damage goes up to 310. And with also great penetration, a little bit less mobility of course in camo as it's a heavy tank. But equally low amounts of armor, and the gun it's just great, I would say. And so if you can't afford this, there's a tech tree version out there that you could play. And of course, once again, one thing you have to keep in mind with these autoloaders is when do I reload? And this tank is a bit more unique as you have 4 shots and not just 3. With 3 shots it's pretty easy to always reload unless you can finish someone off. And with 4 shots I sometimes drive around with still 3 in the chamber if there's a possibility for me to engage an opponent in the next couple of 10 seconds or 15. Else I would also reload with 3 shots in and only 1 missing, but yeah, generally speaking, if you have the time to reload you should do it, especially if you're like relocating or something like that, like we just did here, flanking around onto these heavies here. Also know that the M103 is a competent player as he is from my clan, so we gotta be a bit careful with that. Yep. I was positive I could put a shot in. I didn't fully succeed though. I just was able to hit the shot but not penetrate, so that's a bit unfortunate. I'm actually gonna wait here with using my repair kit as we're safe now and our repair kit is on cooldown. But nearly done. I'm just not gonna use it yet and save myself the multi-purpose. Also, as I'm engaging right now, there was no point of me in using it just yet either. So I could use it if I get hit in something again, as happened with the ammo rack. Unfortunately, the team didn't do so well though, and so we crumbled. The park fell, and then so did the rest of the team. We had a nice 8 capping and shooting heat instantly, and so this game is a bust, unfortunately. I'm not gonna cut it out though, because I feel like I want to give you the full experience, and this is what can happen in this tank. If your team gets overrun, there's not a lot you can do. This tank is more of a clipper that works only in certain time periods. You can't always shoot like in an auto reloader. You have to take your times to fully reload, to reposition, maybe get a new angle of attack, and that just didn't happen, and it wasn't provided in this game, so we lost it. Yeah, I still would like to then finish off this game or this review here. It is a great tank if you know how to use the auto-loading mechanic well. I wouldn't recommend this tank to anyone who hasn't played with auto-loaders a lot. So train with them first, maybe go to the 5100, and if this comes up in the shop, definitely grab it. It's a great tank if you of course want it. If you don't, you shouldn't. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is from me to say about this tank. And if you want, or if I haven't reviewed any tank yet that you want to see me talk about in a future video or weekly as we do these reviews, put them in the comment section down below. I will definitely at some day get to it. I hope you enjoyed this video and see you all again next time. Bye bye.